Hi, everyone. Welcome to the baby massage session of Baby Palooza. So, this session is called Baby Massage, the most underutilized tool of moms today. And I'm so excited to talk all about baby massage, why it's the most underutilized tool, the benefits, history, and answer a lot of great questions that came from you all in the app. And while I'm disappointed that I can't interact and see your faces, I feel like I've gotten to know you already through the app and all the questions that you've sent. So thank you so much because it really helps me understand the challenges and the concerns and where there might be some education and information that I could provide. So, hi, my name is Kathy Desai Seltzer, and I'm the owner of Viana Infant Massage, where we teach parents the art and the science of baby massage. So, I understand that some people still haven't heard of baby massage, and it's actually been around for thousands of years, practiced primarily in the East and in Africa, but also in Central and South America. So, it's actually a cultural practice of a lot of communities. And the reason people have done it is because it's very effective and so much so that it's somewhat taken for granted. So the person who actually started the organization went to India and she went to an orphanage where you would expect that the children would be malnourished, right? So, of course, there is a lack of food and water and other necessities that we may be used to here in America. But what she found was that the babies were actually really healthy. And she looked further and she probed and she found that it was because the older girls in the orphanage were massaging the babies every day. And so that really contributed to their not only physical growth, but their emotional and mental growth. So my life has not always been in teaching about the power of massage, even though I'm passionate about it. My former career was as the director of resident engagement. I was really involved in community development issues and resident engagement, which I loved. And shortly after my daughter turned 2, I really just, as mothers do, came to a realization that if I had to leave her, I wanted to be making an impact, and I didn't feel like I was doing that anymore. And so I read an article about baby massage, which I also remember thinking about in the days that I was massaging her and wondering if moms in America knew about it because it shouldn't be kept a secret. Everybody should know about it. Every baby deserves the power of loving touch from their loving parent or grandparent. And so I went through the training, and like many things, when it's part of your family or your customs, you take it for granted. But the more I learned the science behind it, the art behind it, I really became passionate about how powerful it was. And then what really solidified, because I know as moms, we often doubt ourselves or doubt the things that we believe or question our own maternal intuition. And so one night, my daughter actually woke up crying. And this is a great example for all of you who have asked about colic and gas and digestive related issues. Mind you, she was 2 and she woke up at midnight. I tell the story a lot because it's so powerful, screaming. And so you're trying to decipher what kind of cry it is. And I realized it was gas, and remember that she had sweet potatoes that day in daycare, which are, of course, great for you, but have a lot of fiber. And so I said to my husband, should I try this routine I just learned literally today? He said, well, it can't hurt, and we would just otherwise give her gas drops. And so I would be, remiss to not tell you that I didn't think that it would work and that I would remember or that it would be effective, and how would I look, and my daughter's here suffering. But I went and did it. In minutes, she had a blowout diaper, and it was so big. It was so much that it was useless to use wipes. So she and I both jumped into the shower. I got her cleaned up, and then we came back out, and she had another explosive diaper as we put a new one on, fortunately. And so we jumped back into the shower. We came out, and she had a third diaper. You won't believe it. But this time it didn't require us to get cleaned up in the shower. But I looked at my hands and I was in disbelief that I was able to do that. And, I was like looking at my husband, he's like, stay away from me. Cause I was like, let me try. And so it really solidified in that moment, not only the power of baby massage, but my own maternal intuition, and that I, as a mother, have the skills and can gain the information to help my child without any kind of intervention if not necessary. So that really, as time went on, having that experience, literally going through the training, and then learning more about the science and the education side of it, I just became more and more passionate. And it was really on a sort of a mission. There a two piece, right? So there's the education of teaching people why baby massage. We oftentimes in America look at holistic wellness, preventive practices as luxury, as opposed to preventing illness and maintaining health and avoiding, medical costs and hospitalizations when not necessary. And so I was passionate about educating mamas and then teaching them at the same time. And while it's actually very important for the mom or spouse partner to be doing the massage. It can extend up to their grandparents, but we normally recommend that you don't go past that because it's such an intimate bonding experience. And so when I teach, I actually have one of my beautiful models here, Baby Rose and Baby Esme, which I often have to confiscate from my daughter who hides them from me. But I use them to teach my families how to massage as much as I would love to massage all of those cute, adorable, sweet babies. Um, I know that that would one interfere with the bonding experience between mom and baby or partner and baby, and two, when I leave after the course is over, mom won't remember, right? Because you have baby brain, which is actually a good thing. There's a reason for that, and you're trying to do so much, and you're trying to remember the strokes. It's too much to ask, and so I really have mom model and experience it between the weeks so that she really learns it's second nature. And so I know that the fourth trimester will rock your world. I've been there once. I'm a mother of a 4-year-old and I am expecting. I'm 18 weeks pregnant today. And so I know how overwhelming it is. Everything that you should do and you want to do and you're supposed to be doing. And I don't want baby massage to be yet another thing that you need to add to your to dos because especially if you're a mom in America, you are going back to work and you might be running a business and you're paying bills and you're managing relationships and you're doing so much that should never be asked upon a mama when she is in her fourth trimester or she's recovering from her own birth trauma potentially, as well as getting to know a baby. And so this should not be something extra. When after you learn it, it really will become second nature and you can start incorporating it into your daily routine. And so there are a few things I want to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the benefits and then some of the nuances, right? So I hear sometimes from mom, oh, my baby doesn't like massage. Now we all have a touch history and baby has their own touch history. So touch is actually the first sense that develops when we in utero, and it's the last sense that leaves our body. It is actually the only sense that we can't live without. So and we have seen that in the example of the orphanage in India and the unfortunate examples of orphanages in Russia. But what can happen when we are touch deprived? Now, this is also a lot of research that was done pre-COVID, but they found that America is considered a touch deprived country. And they found where that there's less touch, there is more aggression. And that research came out of the Touch Research Institute in Miami. And we've seen that unfortunately, in our communities, in our society, that we have a lot of violence, we have a lot of aggression, we have a lot of unmet physical needs because we really, really need physical touch to manage our emotions, to manage our nervous system, to regulate our temperature. And so there's so many ways that you can do that. With babies, baby carrying, those carriers are so wonderful, and the notion that you can spoil a baby or hold a baby too much is antiquated. I don't know how somebody would think that, where it came from, but babies need that. That's how they feel safe. It's how they feel secure. They've only known mom's womb for 9-10 months, and they can't be expected to be independent at 1 or 2 months. And so touch actually, the need for touch never leaves us. So the other thing is that we often get the question, does this work for my toddler or what about older kids? And I often remember my doula story. It's actually on my website because I always it gives me chills. And so I love to hear her tell it. But she heard me speaking about baby massage to her clients one day, and she realized that she was expressing physical touch differently with her boy child versus her girl child. And it was sort of unconscious. She didn't know that she wasn't doing it intentionally. But once she started becoming aware of that, she became more intentional about showing affection, loving touch to her son. And he was a tween at the time. And as he grew older, he started, at first, he was sort of surprised by it, but then he started expecting it. And then he started returning it. And she said it really made their relationship blossom. And she was so grateful to me, but I just felt so fortunate and grateful to have been able to share with her baby massage as well, because we call it baby massage or infant massage, but whether you have a toddler, a tween, a teenager, a young adult, no matter how old you are, everybody deserves the power of loving touch. And so you can and should massage any age children. It's just going to look differently, right? So as loving and cute as it is to see a little baby on the ground or on your bed in a diaper that you can massage and have them stay there the whole time, we know that that becomes increasingly challenging as they get older. So once they start crawling, it's going to be harder for you to learn the strokes as you're implementing, right? And so we recommend learning if you are still able in pregnancy or in your fourth trimester. But once they get to crawling and being mobile, that doesn't mean that you can't massage them. You might be entertaining them more with toys or songs. You might be playing games for a toddler. So my daughter, she resisted, and I shared in one of my videos. It was not didn't feel good. My daughter reject the loving touch of her mother, who is an infant massage instructor. But the most important thing that we want to teach them, many important things, but one other thing is that they have a say on who touches them and how, even if it's their mom. And so I had to respect, right? I had to respect that she was not in the place or in the mood to be receiving loving touch. And so now she just flings her leg over me or puts her arm in my face when she wants a massage. So, you create a little bit of an expectation there. But the good thing, and this is another great benefit that I'll have transition into benefits, is that as they get older, they're going to start massaging you. So massage really becomes part of their toolbox and your toolbox as a way to help heal and increase wellness. So my daughter, oddly enough, has really gotten into back massages because I told her once that my husband likes to get his back walked on when he goes to get a massage. And so she got really into that. So she started walking on our backs. And so it's really another great benefit, but I want her to see throughout her life that she doesn't have to straight go to a pill or straight go to the doctor, that she's got a toolbox of things that she can do first to manage whatever is going on in a more preventative way. So I know the struggle for massaging a toddler is very real. For her, she's very strong-willed, so I had to be very creative in saying, okay, what part of you do you want massage? Or do you want to give mommy a massage, or do you want a massage? She started massaging these babies and her other babies, playing games on their back. So, you can play Itsy Bitsy Spider. You can tell them a story. It's story time, but instead do the story on their back and, make up whatever. It's really about getting the stroke and the loving touch in. In terms of safety, I've had maybe just a couple of people wonder if it's safe, and it is. You're not doing deep tissue massage. They're actually long gliding strokes. And so it's a combination of Swedish and Indian massage. And the idea really is to increase blood flow. And so that's where we'll talk now about the benefits. So there are so many short-term and long-term benefits of baby massage. In the short term, like I experienced, you can immediately relieve gas and colic and improve constipation. You can improve their sleep. Just 1 month of daily massage can increase the number of white blood cells they're producing, which means they can better fight off colds and viruses and improve their immunity, which is so important right now. You're helping with their brain growth. The more loving touch they receive, the bigger their brains are. And that's also something that we see in many examples of when people resort to violence, of what's happening in their own lives. It helps with circulation. So a baby who has cold feet or cold hands, a lot of times it will help with. It improves the breastfeeding relationship because as mom or partner is massaging baby, baby is releasing oxytocin, the feel-good hormone, but so is the mom or the parent. They actually did a study with grandparents in Miami, and they found that the grandparents actually released more oxytocin when they massaged their grandbabies than when they received massage themselves. And that is my guilty pleasure. I love receiving a massage, but it was amazing for me to hear too that they were getting more out of giving the massage even than receiving it. And so that's another benefit. You will also increase bonding in the family, decrease postpartum depression, again, for the reason of releasing feel good hormones. Long term, you can actually change their DNA expression based on providing massage on a regular basis. And so, what we really encourage is massage is great, but like anything like healthy eating or exercise, the power comes when it's practiced on a regular daily basis. And so, you want to make sure it doesn't have to be long, 10 to 15 minutes a day if you can. Every day would be great. Now, there's no sort of cap on how much to massage. But mom can massage at one time of the day and then partner can massage at another time. It's a great activity for partners and older siblings to do. So, my husband, it takes a long time for a newborn to smile sometimes, maybe up to 6 to 8 weeks. And that can get really hard when you're just giving, 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 especially for a father, and you're not sort of experiencing a return in that. And so he was starting to take it personally that she wasn't smiling. But had I had him massage her from the beginning, I could have helped them have a bond earlier and sooner. So it's great for foster families, for adoptive kids, for children with special needs. NICU nurses are learning and implementing baby massage in the NICU unit to decrease the amount of time spent in the hospital. So it really is for any child. You might just have to adjust. Say if baby has a pacemaker or baby has a hernia, there are things to do around it, but that doesn't mean that baby can't receive massage. Then the last thing I wanted to mention is that it's really important that it become a very sort of safe place that you are having your massage experience. So you want to make sure that the lights are not dim because baby's laying up and looking straight up. We don't want bright lights. We want to, turn down the technology and minimize other interruptions so that really it's a very intimate experience between partner, mom, and a baby. And I've heard from a couple of moms. So one mom shared with me that it really felt like almost a spiritual experience for her because she was actually living away from her home at the time. She was anxious. She was figuring out this child. And I had been teaching her for a couple of weeks. And then one day it sort of just clicked. And she got the stroke. She was in a groove. And she said she and her daughter had just locked eyes and were in this moment, this beautiful moment together. And I loved hearing that. And then another mom who was a single mom, a business owner, said she loved massage because it was an excuse to do nothing else but bond with her baby. So as moms, busy moms, especially in America, we do have to do so many other things while we're taking care of baby. And no one really gives us the time and space to say, hey, all you have to do right now, you don't have to clean or do laundry or make formula or change diapers. All you have to do right now is massage your baby. And so that really is, we're giving you permission to do that because what the fourth trimester does to us physically, emotionally, and mentally is life-changing, right? So when a baby is born, so is a mom. As it takes a village to raise a baby, it takes a village to raise a mom. So it's not something that was ever meant to be done single-handedly, or it's not a solo sport. It really has to be done in community. And I talk also a lot about the fourth trimester, and I have a freebie that I'll mention at the end. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is timing and positions. So you can't just massage baby at any time that you want, right? You want to make sure that they're fed. And if you have just nursed or fed them, you want to wait at least 20 minutes before doing the gas colic routine. And you want to make sure that they or slept, they've slept well, so you cannot massage a cranky baby. The best time is called active alert. It's where they're awake, they've just eaten, they've just had a nap, they're looking around at the world, very curious about what's going on, and in a place to receive massage. And so sometimes baby might not be open to massage because it's just not the right time. So think about timing and when you're doing that. All of this I talk about in my videos and in my courses. And positions, we mothers want to come to baby and make them comfortable when we're nursing, and that really wreaks havoc on our backs. I know I experienced really horrible back pain, but like feeding and like massage, you really want to make sure that you are comfortable first, and then you can give the massage more effectively, because then you're just going to be wanting to rush through it, and so will baby, or baby will want it to be done. And so there are lots of different positions. When they're little, the best way, if you are comfortable, is to be on the floor. As they get more mobile, you want to avoid kind of the higher surfaces just in case they roll over. But there's a meditation chair you can find on Amazon, or just something to really have some good back support so that you can give that 10 to 15 minutes of attention to baby. So the other thing is common questions, right? So I've heard often about if it's effective for gas, colic, and constipation. As I mentioned, it is. It's really effective, and you can see the immediate results. If your baby's experiencing colic, then you want to do the routine, the whole routine that I share in the course, 2 times, twice a day, for 2 weeks. And so you want to make sure that you're doing it regularly, because colic is sort of a chronic issue, that you're not just doing it once, but that you're really doing it as much as you can to help baby feel relief. In terms of gas, that will help happen immediately. At least it did in my case, and many times in my classes, baby will eliminate either during the routine or shortly after. So you want to make sure that you have a diaper at least loose on baby. And then for constipation, again, that's something that you want to do more regularly. So the one thing, a couple of tips for gas, colic, I've seen one popular diaper brand post a video about infant massage, and the strokes were actually done the wrong way. So you want to make sure when you're massaging baby's tummy to relieve gas, colic, that it's always going in the clockwise direction. So always in the direction of the clock, you want to go with this, because that's the direction of our digestive system. If you go the opposite way, and I've heard this before and I've seen it, you're actually going to have the opposite effect, which is projectile vomiting. We don't want that. We want the baby to eliminate. And so you always want to go in the clockwise direction. And that's for example, for constipation, you pretend baby has a belly button. Neither of my babies have belly buttons. And you want to move in the direction of the clock around the belly button to relieve constipation. Now for gas and colic, there is a routine that has 10 to 12 strokes. All of those you want to make sure that you are doing, again, in the clockwise direction. So the next thing to talk about is oils. You can actually incorporate oils into your massage very safely. I recommend that it's from a reputable company and that it's organic. And you want to make sure that there are a few oils you want to stay away from in those early days. So for example, peppermint is a very strong oil. When baby inhales it, they often hold their breath, and we don't want them to do that. So it's not inherently harmful to them, but you want to, if you are going to use it, diffuse it. Peppermint is great for colds and immunity in general, but something that is even more safer, you can actually apply neat, which is directly on baby, or diffuse it, or put it in the carrier oil, is lemon oil. So lemon or orange is another one. This sweet orange, it's from Rocky Mountain Oils, is a great one. And those are great for that. Orange is great for lifting up mood, but lemon is great for the congestion that they're going to experience, cold, sinuses, things like that. It's really great to incorporate into the massage. Lavender is, the most versatile go-to oil that you can use, and that's going to help them sleep. If you massage baby 10 to 15 minutes before bedtime, you are increasing the amount of melatonin that they're releasing, which means that they're going to sleep deeper and longer. Now, the one thing to note, while that is great, is that they're going to be hungry after massage. So if you choose to do massage before bath just make sure that because some people don't like to leave the oil on. It's completely safe. You just want to make sure if it's too much oil, you're handling them carefully. But you can also bathe them first, give them a massage, and then the last thing that you do before they go down for the night is to be nursed or fed. And so it's a great thing to do right before bed in terms of timing. So lavender is a great one that you can diffuse into carrier oils, which I'll talk about in a minute. And it's super versatile. So you can use it on everything from sleep to actually improving skin conditions. If they've got some eczema or if they've got a skin rash, you can safely apply lavender to them as well. So I mentioned lavender, lemon. This is a great oil that I've heard about recently, and it has some of the components that you would want to use for digestive related issues. So if you have a baby that's gassy, is colicky, or has constipation, you want to use oils like ginger or fennel. But those are really strong oils, so you have to dilute them in a carrier oil, which is a sunflower and almond oil. This one is from Ashima Natural Remedies. It's called Natural Colic Relief, and it comes with a roller, which I think is great. I actually use this today on my daughter. And you can just apply this directly to their tummy while you're doing the massage. And then this it's in an almond oil, but it's got the fennel, the ginger, Roman chamomile, which is relaxing, as well as peppermint. But it's diluted, so completely safe. So there's literally an oil for everything. You can go down a rabbit hole, but I actually wrote a blog recently about the 4 essential oils that you need as a parent, and that includes lavender and lemon. So you can really keep it very focused and specific at the beginning. As baby gets older and you're really interested in finding oil for everything that they have an oil for, you can expand your toolbox like I have. So I just have a couple minutes. So I want to wrap up with a few things. There is a specific coupon for Baby Palooza Mamas that you can find in my account. I know a number of you have claimed that coupon, so I'll be sending you the information on how to redeem it today. And if you have any problems, feel free to contact me, info@vianainfantmassage.com. I also have a special price. If you're just interested in gas colic, I have a special promotion going on outside of Baby Palooza that is starting soon for the gas colic course. And so you can email me for that information as well. And then, who doesn't love freebies? I have several freebies that you can find on my website. One is a free PDF on carrier and essential oils by season. So cold weather, you're going to use one oil different from a summertime oil like coconut, which is light and refreshing. The other freebie I have that I've just created is a postpartum plan. So we often don't think about what happens after birth. All of our energy goes into preparing for that very important day, but then we have this life to get to know and to raise and for everyone to survive. And so I've created a plan on what kinds of services, more than things, you're going to need in your 4th trimester. That's also something you can email me for. And then the last freebie is a video on how to alleviate constipation, but essentially I've showed that to you. You can provide massage around the belly button in a clockwise motion with gentle pressure. If you have any questions about any of the things I've shared today, I'd be happy to talk about it. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, as well as Pinterest. And my website and email are the best way to reach me. And I'm so happy that you have decided to learn about infant massage and incorporate it into your family's lifestyle and really make it a part of your toolbox of what you can do to support your family. With 1 minute left, if you have any questions, you can feel free to put that in the chat, and I'm happy to answer it. And otherwise, I so appreciate your time and your attention and your energy. I'm with you on this journey, both literally and figuratively. And I hope that both your birth and your 4th trimester, which, they say the first 40 days impact the first 40 years of baby's life. So I really hope that those days are really fulfilling and impactful. The other thing is that I have a blog with a number of articles, including how to have a conscious pregnancy and why, which may not be applicable right now, but why it's really important for the first 90 days to be in somewhat of solitude between you and partner and baby. to protect baby's mind, baby's health, baby's immunity. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great Friday and a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.